What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming to the channel. I know it's been a little while since I posted. I had some international travel to do, but I am back and I am boating. It is still low water summer on the Potomac, transitioning into fall here. Still low water, unfortunately, but that means lots of good fun at Horseshoe. This coming weekend, I'm going up to paddle the Gully, and so I'll have some footage of that coming in. Now, this video is me paddling Little Falls solo on the 10th of September. Level's nice and low. I feel good about it. I've done this run solo a few times, but a week after recording this video, there was a fatality on Little Falls. Now, this person was swimming, had their skirt snagged on a rock on the Virginia side and was trapped upside down. It was a fatality. It is an unspeakable tragedy for everybody in the community, especially for this person's family and friends, and of course for this person himself. It changes how I think about Little Falls, how I think about water, how I think about safety, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But for now, check out this run. When it's low like this, I like to catch this eddy and look for wood in the sneak move, or just sort of decide based on looking at the pour over how I want to get down. If I don't like any of it, it's so easy to walk from this eddy down to the bottom of Z Channel. Made my way out to the bone zone here. It is nice and low, so picking my way through as always. One thing I want to call out while I'm picking my way across here is just that this fatality on Little Falls happened at very low water. I'll point out where it happened on this run in the video, but here's how it changed how I think about things. First of all, there are a lot of fatalities that happen in class 2 and class 3 water. Strainers are strainers, and they're lethal. Look where you're going. Be looking around you, behind you at other boaters. That kind of awareness is crucial. Always paddle with safety gear. If you don't own safety gear, get it. If you don't know how to use it, still bring it with you in case you could give it to somebody who does know how to use it in a situation. But more than anything, take a swiftwater rescue class. A class like that introduces really critical concepts. Now, the class isn't enough. You don't take a class and all of a sudden know something. In school, classes are really homework. You get instruction in the classroom, but you turn that instruction into muscle memory and real knowledge that you can access quickly by practicing. And so I really encourage everybody here to have the gear, have the knowledge, and have the practice. When you go out boating with your friends, practice swims, practice live bait rescues, practice throwing ropes, practice unpinning boats, practice setting up Z-drags, practice all of that stuff because it could happen. At some point, it will happen on the river that you'll need to use those skills. And it's so important that you actually have them when it's most critical and when it's life and death. Me, I probably will not paddle Little Falls solo for a while, just because it really highlights the dangers for me. I flipped right over where this person was snagged. Now, I don't think I'm in much danger of being in the same scenario as them, given the swiftwater skills that I have. But listen, y'all, this is a risky sport. It's fundamentally dangerous. And so everybody's risk tolerance is their own. But when it comes to managing risk for other people, I encourage all of you to be as uncompromising as you possibly can. It is so hard to overstate what getting a playboat did for my paddling. It really, really teaches you about surfing and edge control and bracing and rolling and all of that stuff in a way that longer boats I don't think really can. On the other side, I've been paddling this thing all summer. And every time I get in a longer boat, my rewind or my code, there's this long adjustment period where I am frustrated. And that's mainly because there isn't a lot of bow and stern on a play boat. So you just don't have as much edge to worry about. Literally, it's a difference of almost 3 feet of edge to worry about in front and behind you. And so basically, if you're getting in a play boat and love paddling it and it's sort of low water and you're paddling it all the time, make sure to bring out those longer boats occasionally to keep your proverbial edge. And that's mainly because, like, I've only been paddling this play boat. I've been up at Horseshoe Wave, surfing, whatever. This weekend, I'm going to the Gauley, which is real big water, and I'm going to bring a bigger boat. And there isn't going to be much time to practice and adjust into it. So I should have probably practiced in that boat a little bit before heading out there. But we'll see how it goes, and y'all will benefit from the footage. When y'all see me kind of opening my hands as I'm paddling, that's because I have this tendency to have like a death grip all the time. And the result has been like an overuse injury in my forearm and my wrist. Those tendons, like if I grip too hard for too long, will start locking up where I can't open my hand. That's kind of uncomfortable, but I have a stretching routine that I'm doing. So that's just me reminding myself, like, don't grip the paddle too hard. You don't have to. This is just me practicing lean cleans, which is a way of adjusting your boat angle without using your paddle. You basically crunch up on one side, give some edge, and try to swing your knees in front of you, slicing your stern underwater and putting your bow on a new course. Okay, coming up on slingshot here, just remember that at varying levels, this can present some unexpected rocks and weird boils and things like that. So make sure to have good posture and kind of scout it on your way over there. This is also a great time to mention that another takeaway from this weekend is that, yeah, we all know that more water, higher water can sometimes be more hazardous. A place like Little Falls, it gets to 5 feet and you have exploding haystacks, real big water stuff like you might find on the lower Gauley or the New River. And at low levels, you have new entrapment hazards that present themselves. This river is so low that a lot of people have literally never paddled it at something like below 2.7 feet. And so when you do, it's not just low, slack water, chill, no big deal. It's brand new entrapment hazards that can be fatal. So you need to get your beta, whether it's high water or low water. Okay, here's where I get in a little bit of trouble. Remember that after this rooster tail, there's a hole on your right, and I go too far right and get flipped in that thing. Roll back up, no problem, make my way around dark side hole. Those rocks that are in the pink box right now are where the fatality occurred. This person was swimming, had their skirt snagged on those rocks, and was held there. Below 2.8 feet or so, this whole area of Little Falls and a bit upstream should be considered a no-swim zone, really not for brand new boaters. These rocks obviously are a hazard, and afterwards this other rock, which I'm showing now, is also one that boaters bump into really frequently upside down after flipping in dark side hole. So just be careful, y'all. Okay, so with those hazards behind us, we make our way to the takeout. I get a quick look at Maryland to see what it's looking at. It's really nothing at this level. In fact, there's some exposed rocks on the drop on the actual entrance to the chute. But basically, I get to the takeout, and y'all, there is trash strewn everywhere. I mean, every square foot of the takeout, that concrete platform, is covered in trash. And I'm so disgusted by it, the general mistreatment of such a gorgeous natural place. All of that trash ending up in the river where it's a hazard for boaters, it's a hazard for wildlife, it's an eyesore, and it represents like a total lack of respect for the Potomac River and the surrounding area. And I'm incensed by that. and I go looking for a trash bag, which I usually keep in my car in case it's really egregious. I'll just pick up some trash and pack it out, and I don't have one. So I encounter some other boaters. I ask them, and homie hooks it up and gives me a trash bag. So I make my way back there, and I am cleaning up tons of fishing line, broken glass everywhere. I mean, I was paddling this the other day with a young paddler who didn't have any shoes, and obviously broken glass everywhere is a huge hazard. I don't need to elaborate on how gross and stupid it is.